herbal tea made in Sussex, New Brunswick. You know, friends, Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "A woman is like a tea bag. You don't know how strong she is till she gets in a little hot water." Wise words indeed. I'm joined today by three guides, Jade Robbins, Anna Fletcher, and Taunya Russell. And these three guides help deliver the park's program, Eleanor's Tea. But we're going to swap some stories today over tea and cookies. Eleanor's Tea is a unique program here at the park in the way it was developed.
It was developed by guides. There were guides that wanted to really shine a light on the great things that Eleanor did. And they would do that. Tea was important to her. That was how she would connect with her friends and family. So they thought tea would be a great idea. So cookies go with tea. And then the guides would just tell their favorite stories about Eleanor Roosevelt in a very unique way of storytelling.
And how long, Anna, have you been delivering tea?
I've been doing it for 5 years now.
Okay, wow.
Yes, and trying not to have a favorite because I love everything in the park. But talking about Eleanor Roosevelt is something that is important to me.
And what is unique to this particular program in terms of delivering it? Like what do you find fascinating as you deliver tea?
I like that we can talk about and encourage to talk about the things that are important to us and the way that Eleanor Roosevelt touches our lives and how we're encouraged to share things about ourselves and the way we connect with Eleanor. And I love that when you're doing tea, a guest will share stories with you about how the stories that we're telling are connecting with them. So it's very personal and I like that part.
It's a conversation over tea, right?
And it's always different, so it doesn't get boring.
Yeah.
Because you're hearing different stories from guests, and you can pick up on the stories that people are interested in. Every group's different, and you can concentrate on them. So that's my favorite part.
Oh, that's great. And Jade, what is the effect on the visitor as you deliver tea? Do you ever notice how they react to it?
Yeah, absolutely. So in my experience, I've been delivering tea for about 5 years, and I think almost everyone who comes out of tea is humbled. They have a positive attitude, and it's almost like they want to go do some good in the world, because we really emphasize that that's what Eleanor was all about, shining light wherever she was. And I personally, again, from my experience, feel like everyone has that ambition when they leave here. And so a lot of people say, this was the best part of my vacation. Thank you for making this hour so great. So it's just a really positive experience, and people are most generally always happy when they leave here. So it's a really great feeling to deliver it.
And so what is it about Eleanor Roosevelt, Taunya? Like what is it? How does she have this effect? Just stories about her has this profound effect on visitors. Why is that?
I was going to comment on that, what Jade said. You would not believe, I am not joking, I bet almost everybody that comes to the tea, at the end of the tea, are all wanting to do better in the world. Well, at the end of the tea, actually, it's really cool. The last year we did tea, it was a lot of fun. I would sing Eleanor's hymn, one of her favorite hymns, and the hymn, actually the lyrics portray that. It's called Right in the Corner, Wherever You Are.
Give us a line from the song.
So I'll just sing the chorus.
Yeah, just give us a line from the song.
Right in the corner where you are, right in the corner where you are, no one less harbor you than God across the bar, so bright in the corner where you are.
Amazing.
So it shows that Eleanor, wherever she goes in the world, she feels that's her job, is to make things better.
And why, Anna, do you think, how did that happen in her life that she felt this purpose?
And that's where it's amazing. Because the start of her life was very sad. For me, I don't believe she had a lot of reason to have the humanity that she had and wanting to help. She had every reason just to, think I've been kicked around enough and I don't want to help. But the things that she went through made her stronger and made her have more compassion for her fellow human beings. And to me, that's the biggest part of the story, And she spent her whole life trying to make other people's lives easier. She wanted to have a purpose, and she wanted to feel needed. And I think that comes from as a little girl not being able to feel that and to feel appreciated.
Incredible. And Jade, I know that she loved tea. And I know that there are hundreds and hundreds of stories of Eleanor and guests at tea. And Campobello was special to Eleanor. Roosevelt Cottage was the first place that she felt was a home of her own, that she could move the furniture, quote, as she said. But maybe you could tell me a little bit about tea time on Campobello and Eleanor.
So tea time was promptly at 3 p.m. every single day on Campobello.
Okay.
It was probably a mid-afternoon caffeine jolt. But I think, as we mentioned earlier, it was definitely the social aspect. The story that I love the most about Eleanor, of course, it was wealthy families here summering at the time. Eleanor Roosevelt's were, high in status. But Eleanor Roosevelt didn't care about any of that. There's a famous story that she would ride her bicycle to go retrieve messages down in Lochepool, and she would invite anyone and everyone she came in contact with that day for tea back at the Big Red Cottage, again, promptly at 3. And it didn't matter what status they were, how much money they had, or any sort of that thing. She just wanted everyone to get together and chit-chat about their day and just socialize. And I think that's a really beautiful thing about Eleanor Roosevelt. It didn't matter who you were. And she would just invite anyone and everyone. And the cook even said she never knew how much to set the table for, whether it be 1 or 50, because she didn't know how many people Eleanor was going to invite that day. So that's probably what my favorite story of Eleanor Campobello was.
Breaking down those class systems, using tea and cookies as her diplomacy. Yeah. Well, okay, this is wonderful. I mean, I wish I could spend all day talking to you guys, but we do kind of have to wrap it up. But why should from each of you, why should people come to tea here on beautiful Campobello Island?
Well, many guests have said out of their whole trip through the Maritimes, this was their favorite event, their favorite thing they did. And people have left here crying, many. So I think people should come to tea with Eleanor because it's going to change their lives. It's going to give them a good outlook on life, and in a world that is pretty hopeless and down right now, it'll inspire you to be a better person and do better things.
Wow, that's great. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. The year 2021 is even going to be more important with the things that are going on. You'll leave tea feeling inspired and this deep sense of, I don't know, just proud to be a human in a lot of ways. When sometimes you're thinking, you've lost all hope for humanity. But I feel people leave here uplifted and we're going to help, and it's good. So I think it's even more important now to spread her message. And a lot of the things that she fought for, they're still problems today.
So if the home-baked ginger snap cookies and the delicious tea aren't enough, they've pretty much touched on everything. But Eleanor, what I love the most about tea, you get people who come in here who have a wide variety of knowledge with Eleanor. It's either they don't know anything, we know pretty much everything, we've done a lot of research, but we have something for everyone here. We have personal stories, we've done our research, we've done our time, we've conquered our own fears, and I think that really shines out when we're speaking to people, and so people can relate on all levels of what we're saying to people at the time. So I
And
think
a lot of our stories come from guests.
So
that makes us unique. We
Yeah,
have
it's
stories that
highly-
you're not going to pick a history book up and read.
Yeah.
And that what makes us special.
Excellent. So folks, it's a highly participatory program, thoroughly enjoyable and uplifting. And now we're going to eat some of these wonderful cookies. Delicious.